Welcome back to the Knife Studio. In this video, I'm going to get my maker's mark put on the ricasso, and then we're going to start assembling all the components of the handle, including the guard, front spacer, pommel nut, and the handle scales. Also, lots of tiny little lineup pins to deal with too. Once all that's done, we'll even start moving on to shaping the handle. In the last video, I found a crack in my blade that forced me to start over on the whole project. We're all caught up to where I was, and even a little bit beyond that, we've got the ricasso ready to go for the guard to fit on there, and we can jump right in and get my name put onto the ricasso now. The reason you see me putting so many layers of tape on is just so that stencil doesn't move around side to side. If I put a bunch of layers of tape on there, it kind of stiffens it all up and makes it so I can lift the stencil off the metal and be able to check it through the etching process. And also I need to clean that the marker marks off the metal before I start etching. If I left the Sharpie marks on there before I started etching the name in, it could actually resist the etching and make it so there's like weird lines where the marker was going through my mark. I darkened my mark up with a little Birchwood Casey's brass black. I like how durable and dark it looks on the metal. Since it's etched nice and deep, we don't have to worry about it wearing off either. This blade's already been hand sanded to 600 grit, and now that we've got the ricasso area all ready to go, the spine and the bottom of the ricasso, we can move on to grinding the clip of the blade in. The first thing I'm going to do is get the bevel flattened up. The bevel has a little bit of a radius on it, and I think it's just from the blade warping a little bit during heat treat, so I want to flatten that up first. Then I scribe a line to center and locate where the middle of the clip will go. I dipped the blade in ferric chloride real quick, just the very tip, to double check and make sure the pattern, the feather pattern, was centered and comes out at the tip, which it does. We didn't want it offset up or down from the tip. One of the last things I grind on the blade is the clip. The reason for grinding the clip last is so I can get a lot of the hand sanding out of the way. Hand sanding has a tendency of rolling over your edges and corners, and it's easier to keep that crisp and sharp look on the clip by getting a lot of the hand sanding out of the way before grinding in the clip. The next thing I want to do is locate the center of the feather pattern on the pieces of damascus that are going to be the fittings for the knife. Then I use that line on the center of the feather pattern to chuck up my parts in the milling machine and surface the edges. And that way when we clamp them the other way and mill our groove for the guard and the front spacer, it'll go straight and parallel with the center of the feather pattern. When it comes to frame handles and most handles in general, I start at the guard and then work my way down the handle all the way to the pommel nut. But in this case, the pommel nut's already pretty much finished, so yeah, that doesn't quite hold true. Got a big piece of feather pattern for the frame here, and then this is gonna be the guard, the pommel, and front spacer. Went ahead and marked out the center where the feather pattern is, and then milled the sides of the pieces so they would be parallel with the center of the feather. That way when we go to start milling slots in here, when we chuck it up in the vise, the center of the feather will be square with everything. I'm gonna start fitting the guard next, take it over to the milling machine and get a slot cut in it and go with files after we get a rough slot made. I got the guard fitting pretty close to the ricasso, and then I hammer it on the rest of the way. And then I go in and carefully remove more metal where I see it was scraping on the tang. And keep doing that until I can leave a little mark onto the guard where it touches the ricasso, and then remove material about 0.010 of an inch deep so that the ricasso actually fits into the guard just about 0.010 of an inch. I use a high-speed dental burr to go in there and do the fine detail work and get it right up to where it's rubbing against the ricasso. So my ricasso is kind of inlaid into my guards, you could say. And that leaves just a perfect fit. You'll never be able to see any kind of daylight showing through any of the corners, and it's a really nice snug fit. It's kind of a lot of extra work, but I just like doing my guard fits this way. Now we can move on to the front spacer. I mill that out real quick and then clean it up with files. Keep fitting it back onto the knife over and over again until it fits right up to where I want it to. I have a mark on the tang to where it needs to fit up to. We don't want it fitting past where it needs to go because then it'll be kind of loose. This handle's gonna have some fossilized mammoth ivory on it, so I went through my collection and tried to find just the right piece. I've got this big slab that I bought back in 2010, and gonna go ahead and cut it up into some handle scales for this project. The color on it doesn't go very deep, but underneath that dark color, it has kind of a really nice dark brown, which a lot of times you'll see like a really light, creamy color underneath there. But this one was kind of a nice, unique piece because of how dark the brown color was underneath all that other coloring. So I did quite a bit more work with the handle scales off camera here, and we've got the frame put together with the mammoth ivory scales. I've also got some pins going through it, and those will be domed Argenium silver pins on the final knife. But for right now, they're just 52-100 lineup pins. So I'm working on lineup pin holes for the pommel here. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't the actual pommel that you saw. It was just being held on with super glue. That was just a template for me to get my holes located. And yeah, the super glue let go when I only had one hole done. Definitely wasn't supposed to happen. Had to put the knife back together and relocate the pommel and that second spacer piece and try to get the other hole drilled in there. I'm assembling the whole knife right now. There's a lot of little pieces, lots of lineup pins, and you got your frame and all that. So it actually takes a couple minutes to put this thing together and take it apart every time. Now that the entire handle has all the lineup pins and it'll go back together and come apart the same every time, we can move on to shaping everything. With the mammoth ivory, I want to be real careful not to burn through too much of the color. All I want to do is make the outside parts uniform on each scale. I'm shaping the profile of the pommel down. We want it slightly smaller than what the mammoth ivory is so we can have a museum fit. Ooh, there's a pair of shiny gold-plated dividers at the end of that tunnel. I move on to shaping the front spacer and guard assembly. I have 2 lineup pins and 2 aught-80 screws holding these pieces together. The screws aren't really necessary, I just kind of felt like doing them on this project just to hold it extra tight against the guard. But most projects just have the lineup pins. It is kind of convenient having those screws in there though, because while I'm grinding the pieces, they don't want to come apart at all. So that's kind of nice, but it did take me probably like an hour to put those 2 screws in there and thread the guard part. This is going to be a fighter style guard with a slight S curve to it. So I'm going to use a torch and a hammer to bend the little quillion parts and get just the right radius on each one. I was able to grind most of the curve on the bottom part, but I just needed to tweak it a little bit with the torch, and then the top part I had to completely bend with the torch and hammer. In the next video, we're gonna see if we can get this knife finished up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Hanging with the bros in the shop, getting ready to go home. It's at the end of the day. You guys ready to go?
I'm already home.
You're already home? All right.
I never leave work.